So yesterday I talked about the priests of Fenrisulfur, who's my homebrew god. Now I'm going to talk about the Sacred Order of Bane, who is kind of one of my favourite gods from the Forgotten Realms mythos. If you don't know much about Bane, go read up on him. Fantastic story, truly an evil god. But, and this is where it really comes in, when you look at what he is the god of, you wouldn't imagine that he's evil. He's the god of order. He's the god of conquest, but he's also the god of order and law and enforcing. And not even enforcing might makes right. It's enforcing the laws as they are stated. Basically, although he's written as a chaotic evil entity, I really view him more as a lawful evil entity. Yeah, he is evil because he wants to rule the world and rule the deities, and he has done some horrific things in this order, but he wants to impose a strict law that everyone will follow to the letter. And basically, that is the next one down from the final villains of the story. Basically, the Paladins of Bane are involved, and they are involved with the actual big bad evil guys, but the Paladins of Bane are like here, and they are like here. It's very close, very close, only about 3 inches. That's enough to get you arrested. But that's sort of where I like to come in at it from. I want the players to question, are they actually on the right side? Are they the good guys in a story? Now, obviously, in the 1E campaign, they are. But that said, there'll be a lot of things to make them question, are they the good guys? And that's half the fun of it, isn't it? This is why we play these games. This is why tabletop role-playing games are such amazing hobbies to be involved in, because you wouldn't get this kind of storytelling and you wouldn't get this level of customization in a video game or a book, because with those, they are finished. With a role-playing game, the GM can change the story on a hairpin based on the decisions of the party. And yeah, it might mean a bit more work for us, but to be honest, I enjoy that. I enjoy when my players do something I'm not expecting, and now I've got to come at it from a different angle and work out, what the hell am I going to do with that? That's a new bit of information. What's going to go on here? And basically, the big question that's going to come in with the Order of Bane, with the Sacred Order of Bane, is there'll be a new NPC added to the game, and it may have been added to the game by the time that this video comes out. I don't know how many sessions we're going to get to have before Christmas. And when that character gets introduced, they will cause the party to question, is Bane actually a villain? Yes, Richter Belmont, the Paladin of Bane, is a villain. He is a bad person doing bad things, but is the worship of Bane necessarily a bad thing? I just like putting those questions into games. I like twisting my party members, not just to like tweak on their heartstrings and cause drama, but I like making them question things and questioning what their characters would do with those responses. Finding out this information, will it make Zed question his entire religion, and will he convert to Bane or Torm or Tyr? Will it make Narlock review his whole methodology on what he does and who he is? Will it cause Roberto to go, this one was making a lot of sense? So, I hope you like that little bit of a fanboy about Bane. As I said, he's one of my more favourite deities. He was the deity, it turned out, that my original Paladin did follow, because we didn't really fully understand alignments in the first campaign. If you know the story about my first ever campaign as a Paladin of Bane who was lawful good, basically I wrecked the campaign because I didn't want to be playing a Paladin. I wanted to be playing a Ranger, but the GM said he wanted a whole lawful good party, so this was the character I was kind of forced to play at that point, because there was also a cleric, and he said that a cleric had to be of the same order of a Paladin, otherwise they wouldn't travel together, which there's nothing about that in the books. He was a new GM, so it was mistakes made across the board. And eventually me and the cleric came up with an idea to basically crucify a town because they didn't worship Bane. Now, back then, I thought that Bane was a lawful good or like a chaotic good deity. It's only now that I've kind of come back to Dungeons & Dragons, because from me playing 1st edition when I was 17 to me playing 3.5 edition when I was 23, I had not played Dungeons and Dragons at all. At all. Not GM'd it, not played it. For me, most of my role-playing experience is Chaosium's RuneQuest, the Warhammer system, Maids RPG, lots of other popular role-playing games that aren't necessarily Dungeons and Dragons. So remember, there isn't just Dungeons and Dragons in this, but this world is Dungeons and Dragons. I might do a bit of RuneQuest in it at some point, which might be interesting for the party. Chaosium, sponsor me! Anyway, thanks for joining. I hope you guys are having a great time. Let's have a look. Today's Sunday, so tomorrow is Boxing Day proper. Boxing Day bank holiday. Hope you all have a great time off. I am off tomorrow, amazingly, which is rare for a Monday. So, have a great time. Like, subscribe. Come back tomorrow, 5 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, for the next video, which is the ostracised people of the Nesvitian Empire. If you like elves, you're not going to like the video. See ya.